did you and what?
Dad meet?
Oh, Phil. Well, he rented the basement room to go to school. And there were two of them. Didn't mean anything to me. I was going to school too. And I'd gone up to the library and gotten, I guess, what I wanted. And I started down, you know, the steps down from BYU. I think they still have them there, and about First East. I was just at the bottom of the stairs, and Phil was down there. And so I said hi, and he said hi, so we started talking. And I told him I was on my way home, so we turned around and we went home. And that's how we, well, that's how we got started.
Boyfriend.
I really never had a boyfriend, but I remember when I was in the second grade, I thought that neighbor boy was the cutest boy I'd ever seen. Girl and a teenager. You know, I really don't remember. Life was kind of a breeze. I went to school, came home, watched, not TV, radio, Amos and Andy, those kind of shows. I remember that. I watched that with Dad. You don't watch it, but you listen to it with, I listened to it quite a bit with my dad. He loved Amos and Andy, and he watched it quite a bit. The typical day was very quiet. I read a lot. I remember going to the library one day, because it was only about a block away, getting a stack of books, coming home and reading them and going back, and they wouldn't give me any more until the next day. But you know, they were just little books.
Okay. And how did it change when you were a teenager?
My biggest change as a teenager had to be with the war. The war came along, you know, just as I was getting ready to get out of high school. People understand us, the war was World War II, all these little ones in between are nothing compared to that one. It infiltrated our lives for 4, 5, 6 years, maybe even longer. But that was the biggest change I had at that time.
When did you join the military and why? And what did you do in the military?
Well, my girlfriend said, let's join the military. So I said, okay, and I went down and joined, but she didn't. So I had to go in alone. Otherwise, I would never have gone. And we had to go to boot camp, as they call it, stuff. I went to Des Moines, Iowa for that. The thing I remember about that is they had Grand Ole Opera come and perform for us when we were there. And I saw, what's this, Millie or something, the one that tells the jokes, the female. Can't think of her name, the one with the hat.
Minnie Pearl.
Yeah, Minnie Pearl. She was there. And I still remember that. That's why I joined the military. And I think it was, I don't remember when it was, but I was only in, I think, a couple of years before it was over. And
What did you do in the Army?
I worked mostly in finance, and I enjoyed it. It was just, you know, a normal office job. And it was nice. I enjoyed it. The thing I remember most about it was when the war was over, and we were in the position there in California for the prisoners of war to come home through our base. And we were in charge of their finances. And I was the one that had to give the little lectures to all these young men returning from the war. And I was so happy for them. Every one of them were just so extremely happy to be away from being a prisoners of war, and the war was over. And all we could give them was $300 in transportation home, and then they had to work out with their local bases for the rest of the money that was coming to them. But that's what I remember mostly about him.
Your favorite color?
Food?
Your favorite food?
Probably dark chocolate.
Dark chocolate, okay. Your favorite color?
I don't really, well, I like blue.
Blue, okay.
My favorite book? Book of Mormon. That's difficult. When we got TV, we thought we had a lot. But look at what's happened since we got TV.
Yeah.
I remember crystal radios. And then we got TV. And then now we've got everything. Computers, I don't know how to describe it. It's just overwhelming to me. The changes in my lifetime have been extreme, very extreme. You people don't remember that. I remember Model Ts. And now you look at the cars are probably going to be passé someday. It's amazing the changes have been made.
So, yes, I would love for you to tell me about your baptism.
I do remember my baptism, because I was over 8. And back then, you know, they didn't make a big deal about being baptized like they do now. And Sunday, I'm pretty sure it was a Sunday. Back then they did a lot of things on Sunday they don't do now. In fact, they used to have all the funerals on Sunday. And it made it very difficult for my father to have a position in the church because he was busy on Sundays. And we were all very happy when the church came out and said no more Sunday funerals, but that was after his death.
Mm.
Anyway, where was I? Baptism. Well, I remember we were at home, and one of my aunts came to visit, and she and Mother were visiting, and I came in and said, "Mother, they're baptizing today. I want to be baptized." And she kind of put me off because she was busy visiting with this visitor. And I guess I got kind of obnoxious because finally my aunt said, "Oh, let her be baptized." So they got hold of my dad, I guess, because Mother didn't go with me. It wasn't, you know, everybody got baptized back then. So my dad took me. Back then, everybody went to this special building they had on about First North in Provo. It had the baptismal font in it, and everybody went there, I guess, once a month or something to be baptized. And so I went there with my dad, and I was baptized. And that's what I remember about my baptism. But it wasn't any, you know, no big meetings before, no big meetings afterwards. So I was baptized. Everybody got baptized back then. Everybody that we knew, anyway. That's the way life was.
So when did you get confirmed?
I really don't remember. But I think it must have been the same day. I think possibly the same day. And I don't remember if my dad did it or who did it. But I do remember that day because I wanted to be baptized.
Tell us about your first
I remember
car.
cars from my dad because he was, you know, in the business of the funerals, and he'd get the Cadillacs that had belonged to the governors when they recycled them, so to speak. And we'd have all these fancy, well, not all of them, but we always had a Cadillac with a roll-up window for the chauffeur and everything. And we used to get in the cars and play in it that we were being driven by a chauffeur somewhere because we had this fancy car.
But you don't remember your first car?
I do not remember my first car.
Do you remember your and Dad's first car?
Keep putting gas?
No, you and Dad's first car. Do you remember you and Dad's first car?
Not really. I remember cars that used to always run out of gas. Old cars that we had.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
Okay.
Okay. What first attracted you to Grandpa?
To Phil.
Yes.
I don't know. I think because he liked to talk and I didn't. I was comfortable with him because he filled the empty spaces. I don't know.
That sounds